Hola clase, let's take your nouns and adjectives notes. Don't forget, in the top right-hand corner of your paper, so above the first line, everything above it, you're going to write your name, first and last, date, class period, whatever it may be, P3-2A, P6-2A, and then Unit 1A. And then above the first line, right above it, you're going to write nouns and adjectives, nice, big, and bold, so that when you're looking for these notes, they're easy to find. And then once you're ready, come along with me. If you're not yet, press pause. Alright, so nouns, as you know, usually refer to people, places, or things. Don't forget to skip lines between everything. In other languages, nouns have gender. In English, we never talk about that. We're not like, oh, this table is feminine and that book is masculine. But in a lot of other languages, nouns have gender. Either masculine or feminine. There is no rhyme or reason to it. They just are what they are. It has nothing to do with a girl. If it's makeup, because actually makeup, which girls usually wear, is masculine. So it has nothing to do with that. Nouns usually end in o, a, os, or as. And you can see that I have them color-coded. Usually if a noun ends in o, it's masculine. If it ends in a, it's feminine. And if you make them plural, os is usually masculine and as is usually feminine. It's not always, but it's like 98% of the time. We learn nouns with their definite articles. All definite articles mean the. And we do that so that we know for sure what gender the nouns are. So they show us their genders, and your choices to say the in front of a singular masculine noun is L, so that's masculine. La goes in front of feminine nouns. Los is the plural, masculine, and las is plural, feminine. So whenever you learn a noun in your vocab lists or on your vocab note cards, we always put L, la, los, or las in front to show us their gender. Or sometimes you might learn your nouns with indefinite articles, like un, which is singular and masculine, una, singular and feminine, and un and una mean a, an, or one. Or you might learn if it's if it's plural and masculine, unos in front of it, or unas. Unos and unas mean some. So to sum up this page, nouns in other languages have gender. In Spanish, if they end in o or os, they're masculine. If they end in a or as, they're usually feminine. And to make sure we know their gender, we always learn them with their definite articles. El, la, los, and las all mean the. El and los are masculine, la and las are feminine. Or we might learn them with our indefinite articles, which mean a, an, one, or some. Un and unos are masculine, una and unas are some. Yes, you learned this in Spanish 1, but you should definitely know it for Spanish 2. Let's talk about adjectives. Press pause if you are still writing, or come along with me if you're ready. Alright, let's talk about adjectives. As you may know, adjectives must agree in gender and in number with the nouns that they are modifying. Modify is just another way to say with the nouns that they are describing. So adjectives must agree, I'm going to underline it, you should too, must agree in gender and number. So make sure you have those nicely underlined. Nicer than mine. It's hard to underline with a mouse. Adjectives that end in O or the letter R can modify or describe masculine nouns, and adjectives that end in a or ra can modify feminine nouns. For example, tall and hardworking. If I want to say that a guy is tall, alto. If I want to say that a guy is hardworking, trabajador. This is masculine, this is masculine. Ends in an O, ends in an R. But if I want to make the feminine forms of these, then I'm going to change alto to alta and trabajador to trabajadora. These are the feminine forms. You can change O to A or the letter R to RA. What if you have an adjective that ends in the letter E or other consonants, so any other consonant besides the letter R. They can modify or describe either masculine or feminine nouns. For example, if I want to say that Jim is intelligent, he's inteligente. If I want to say that Anna is intelligent, Anna es inteligente. If it ends in an E, it can describe a boy or a girl. Or if I have an adjective that ends in a different consonant besides the letter R, it can describe a boy or a girl as well. Jim es inteligente, Jim es intelectual, Ana es intelectual. These describe both a boy or a girl. If you need to take the plural form of an adjective or a noun, you add s to a vowel or es to a consonant. So this is how you make adjectives or nouns plural. Add s if it ends in a vowel, add es if it ends in a consonant. Inteligentes, it ended in a vowel, so I just add s. Intelectuales, it ended in a consonant, so I add es. And don't forget that usually the adjective comes after the noun in Spanish. In English, we would say red book, but in Spanish, we would say book red. El libro rojo. That's what order those words would go in. I'm sure you remember that. Black cat, cat black. Book red, red book. You got to flip them around between English and Spanish. And last but not least, to finish your nouns and adjectives notes, I need you to, well, one, press pause if you're still writing stuff down, but if you're ready, come along with me to the next screen where we're going to be practicing some example sentences. So you're going to be writing down these example sentences in English, and then you're going to skip 1, 2, 3 blank lines between each one. So you're going to write down the English sentence, and then again, I didn't write the dashes between all of these, but you're going to skip 3 blank lines. 1, 2, 3 blank lines, and then number 3. 1, 2, 3 blank lines, then number 4. 1, 2, 3 blank lines, and then number 5. And we will be translating these together in class to practice our grammar and our vocab. If you're feeling especially ambitious, you can go ahead and try to translate them now, and we will talk about them in class. Good job taking your nouns and adjectives notes. I hope it was review, but even if it's new, now all you have to do is study it and you'll be caught up with everyone else. Good job.